everyone, Old School Pokemon here, back again with the PokeFlipz podcast, joined by my usual co-host, KetchumAllCollectibles, Dan. Dan, how we doing today?
Stream will have to let me know if they can hear that. Unfortunately, Nick can't hear when I use the text-to-speech robot. But that was going to be my plan for today. Unfortunately, I have Collecticon Dan on Sunday voice. My voice is just completely gone. I'm going to do my best today. But yeah, let me know if you can hear the robot or not. I'm not doing well, to be honest, Nick. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. It's been a busy week. With just the normal eBay Live stuff, and then getting ready for Paldean Fates releasing today. Actually, I'll be going live on eBay later on tonight, doing my Paldean Fates rip and ship. So curious to see how that goes. Hopefully sell through a whole bunch of packs. Well, I just opened. I opened 200 ETBs yesterday, so hopefully sell through a whole bunch of those packs. But yeah, aside from that, doing pretty good. I would like to point out that I did, in fact, upload my first YouTube video. It's been a solid. I went back and looked. The last video that I uploaded was 7 months ago. So I did upload a new YouTube video, and I wasn't sure how to like come back to YouTube. So that video was kind of me just pressing record and going with it. I kind of had an idea on what I wanted to talk about, but for the next video, I do actually have like an outline of what I want to talk about, and I have that for 3 videos actually. So you'll at least see another 3 videos from me here in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be exciting.
I'm excited for it. As always, we're definitely going to go a little bit shorter today. Hopefully my voice can make it, but we're going to see what happens. If you can kind of keep most of the questions to yes or no answers, that'll really help me. But yeah, feel free to hit us with any questions. We're probably going to go till like 3 at the latest, probably an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, as Ernie says, random rants are the best. Love to see it.
Yes, yeah, getting something up was better than nothing. And I figured where I hadn't been on YouTube for such a long time, that video is not going to go out to many people. It's only going to be the people who like watch PokeFlipz and stuff. I don't think it's not going to be trending on YouTube. So I figured getting something was better than nothing. So shout out to you, shout out to Josh, shout out to Oak for giving me so much shit that I hadn't uploaded a video.
Are you going to rip like a couple thousand Paldean Fates and then do a recap or no?
So Paldean Fates, to be honest, I really don't like the set. I'm not a fan whatsoever. I've been ripping a lot of the Shiny Treasures EX, and I just don't like it. So between the fact that I don't like it and the fact that I didn't get, so like standard sets, I get a lot of products, but with the specialty sets where I don't normally order as many ETBs, I typically don't get as much product for specialty sets. So like for example, for Paldean Fates, I got 250 ETBs, so 2,500 packs, and I don't think that's enough to allow me to open 1,000, 1,500 packs and then have enough that I could actually sell the packs on stream too. So for this set, I didn't open anything. I'm just gonna hopefully sell through all the packs as rip and ships on the actual stream.
Yep. I only got one of my 2 orders. I don't even know which distributor came in, but I think I have 100 ETBs. I've already sold like 6 cases on eBay. Sweet. I'm not low list. Yeah, they're moving decently.
Nice. Now, are they promoted?
Nope.
Wow, I'm surprised you're moving through them.
That KetchumAllCollectibles brand.
That's what it is.
They're not on daily deals. They're not on anything. It's just I think I went $479.99, so it's sub MSRP, or maybe I went $459. I don't remember, but I know that there were some people like 60, $70 a case cheaper, and I wasn't gonna. I mean, I couldn't compete with that.
Yeah, no, not a chance, not a chance. Yeah, after the shipping, the fees, there's no way we could compete with that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I went.
and
I
go
guess
ahead.
I went lower. I went lower than I thought. I went $395.99. So I'm barely making any money there.
Really? That's
Yeah,
super cheap, man.
yeah.
Okay.
I went. I guess I did go closer to where everyone else was, which is too low.
Yeah, you're hopefully you don't get many Alaska Hawaii orders.
Yeah, those will be rough. Uh,
I will say though, the your average player, the ETBs look really good though. They do look really nice. I really do like the look of the ETBs with the Mimikyu and the promo. For those that don't know, it's a Mimikyu promo, obviously. But you got like Mimikyu sitting in a chair and then wrapped up in a blanket, and there's this old grandma on the other side, like knitting the blanket. I don't know how I feel about that promo. Part of me thinks it looks really good. The other part of me thinks it looks really, really creepy. It almost looks too realistic for me. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm definitely torn on that.
I haven't really seen too many. I haven't seen much of the set. I haven't watched any opening videos. I think I listened to Rusty's opening video yesterday, but I stay away from spoilers. I'm probably not even going to be opening much of it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm starting to look for questions.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I haven't been paying attention to the chat the whole time, but I haven't seen any.
We'll get to the chat now.
Thrifty, you don't like grandmas on your cards, Nick. That's surprising. Surprisingly not thrifty. Uh, Dan drunk on the lawn. He forgot the wine. Yeah, you have no excuse, Dan. You're not even mowing your lawn this time of year.
I was trying to get the robot up and running, and it failed. Sadly.
Walrus, can you question this at the time you would go live? Walrus, blame Dan on this one. Blame Dan on this one.
Let's see. I know we had a couple questions.
This one was all Dan's fault. His full transformation over to being a robot completely failed.
I guess even robots get viruses, so I wouldn't be immune. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. There's the first question.
Wait, hold on. Oh, Melways Collectibles. Best place to sell $20 plus raw singles. Honestly, $20 plus raw singles. I would go eBay. I would go eBay. If you're looking to sell them yourself and maximize your profit, I would go eBay. I think eBay is the best option. I really liked TCG Player as well. TCG Player was when I was selling on TCG Player, that was a good platform for the bulkier type singles, like the modern, commons, uncommons, rares, solos, reverse solos, all that stuff. That was a really good platform for that because it was super, super simple. But I think like higher end stuff, at least from what I noticed, the higher end stuff, even like your V's, V Maxes, stuff like that, stuff that's like $2-3 cards, did better on eBay over TCG Player because TCG Player is all about being low list. Obviously, the first listing that people see on TCG Player are going to be the lowest list prices. Whereas on eBay, when people search a card, the typical, or I guess the standard search results are going to be best match. So that's not always low list. So for me, I found that the best place was on eBay. If you're looking to bulk them out though to a bulk buyer, I know I'm always looking to buy singles. There's always people on Facebook looking to buy singles. So if you're just looking to bulk them out, just get a TCG Player list together, post it on Facebook, send me a list, do something like that, and you'll easily find a buyer for 70-75%. So that's what I would recommend for you.
Yeah, I would echo that. eBay is primarily the place to go. Jokingly, I would say Troll and Toad Evo, because if it's going for 25 on eBay, you can probably get 30 on there, and you can net more than you were going to gross on eBay. Rest in peace, Troll and Toad Evo. But yeah, I think you covered it pretty well. eBay, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like great to be able to sell stuff for a premium, but it's just a weird dynamic, right? Because TCG Player is more in line with what I think it should be. It should be like lowest listing for a given card should get the highest visibility, but that's just not the way it works. I made a video on the whole buy box and eBay being pay to win. It's just the world we live in.
Mm-hmm. And then he had a follow up to that. Had a card earlier go for 22, but after fees and the pirate ship shipping label, the $22 sale turned into 14-ish. That's why I asked. So those cases are tough because obviously you can only use eBay standard envelope for $20 and below. So in those cases, you're almost better off, instead of pricing it at 22, you're almost better off pricing it at $19.99, because then you can ship it ESE and you'll save $4 shipping, because it'll be 66 cents versus $4.50, whatever it's going to cost you to ship Ground Advantage. So that would be my suggestion in those cases. Instead of pricing, so unless between like $20 and $25, just knock it down to $19.99. That way you can take advantage of the ESE. Once you get 25 and above, that's when it becomes beneficial to do the Ground Advantage and actually price stuff in that range.
Yeah, 20 to 25 is just a dead zone. I don't really list anything in there. It either gets kicked down to $19.99 or it goes higher. I think one way you can get around it, you can do $19.99 with like a few dollars shipping, but some people would be annoyed if you charged $3 or $4 for shipping and then paid 65 cents or whatever for ESE.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of them starred now. I'll just start to go through them. This one's more of just a comment. Like, what's your thoughts on Temporal Forces?
So Leaf Green Goblin, curious to see how Temporal Forces does. I can't tell what's the general opinion on Paradox. So Temporal Forces, I have not looked into very much. I did see the Gengar in the whatever the Japanese set is. The set that just came out that's going to be our Temporal Forces, and really excited for those cards. Gengars always do well. People are always looking for Gengars on the eBay lives. So I think because it has the Gengar in it, it's gonna be a fun set. I'll be curious to see how it does. It'll be interesting there. So I'm looking forward to that one. I don't know too much outside of the Gengars. Just because like Dan, I don't pay too much attention to the spoilers, and just kind of wait for the release to see what happens with the set. And then as far as like the general opinion on Paradox, or general opinion on Paradoxes. Oh, Paradox, like Paradox Rift. If that's what we mean.
No, I think like the dinosaur looking. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that one. I'm a boomer. I like the way stuff used to look. So for me, it's not really for me.
Yeah, I don't really do spoilers. I don't know much about what's coming in Temporal Forces. I'm in Discord and Instagram and everything way too much. So I see more than I want to, but I don't have any like drastic reactions to it. Another one back on the ESE. Here we go.
Quilly, a lot of times if people buy multiple sub $20 cards, but the total is over $20, it still gives the option to use ESE. What's your opinion of best practices there? So you can use I forget the threshold now. You can use ESE on as long as like it's sub $20 cards, but the total value is over $20. You can use ESE. I forget if there's a cutoff or what the cutoff is. Me personally, I do that same kind of $25-ish range. So if someone buys 2 cards that are $12.50 a piece, order totals $25, I'll go ahead and ship ESE. Once you get into like the $30 plus range, that's when I ship over to or switch over to the ground advantage and go from there. Just because the value is a little bit higher, and with the ESE is really good, but you do occasionally run into issues where the tracking isn't uploading, people never receive it, it gets marked as delivered, and people haven't received it yet. So you do have issues with ESE where you don't have as many of those issues with ground advantage. So I would just do whatever you're comfortable losing. Is to kind of set that as a cap that you'll switch to ground advantage. And just kind of figure out that number. I think between $20 and $30 is a good number.
Yeah, I for the first time actually recently, I went and I shipped. I think somebody bought 2 things that were like $18, so it was like $36. I went 1 ESE and I didn't have an issue. Usually I'll go ground advantage. Another thing you could do, just to really give you all the options, you can do 2 ESEs. So you can do 2 separate shipments for 1 order. I've done that before. I actually did that on my Dan promos. Whenever people bought 2, I did 2 separate ESEs so that everything was like fully covered, I guess. Sub 20 per package.
Who the heck buys 2 Dan promos?
Quite a few people did.
Why?
They're sold out now too. The first wave, they'll never be as cheap again as they were. Once I get them relisted, I don't know what price I'm going to do, but the buyback price is going to go up too.
Oh, so we got screwed being the first batch.
Hey, you got yours for free for supporting through buying MetaZoo boxes. But Grimer collects. You can do booster packs in ESEs.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I do. I'll do the 2-ounce option, and I'll do either 1 or 2 packs. Once it gets over 2 packs, then I switch over to ground advantage.
Here we go. Next question.
Lurkin, thoughts on eBay using AI as an option for listing description? I cannot stand it. I hate that option so much. I've never tried it, so maybe it's just maybe I don't know if there's like a scale that you can slide in terms of like how much you want to pump the item. Because it seems like everyone has that little sliding scale set to max. Because no matter what the item is, it really sounds like it's an absolute grail item that you cannot live without. And I just think it goes way too far, hyping whatever you're listing up. So I don't like it. I wouldn't recommend. Another thing is I don't know. I should really look into it, but like how long does it take to pop up with an item description? If it takes like any length of time, I don't think it's worth it because I don't think people read the item descriptions. I always get messages from people when I actually had like useful information in my item description about shipping and condition and all that type of stuff. I would always get messages from people saying, "Hey, what do you qualify near mint as? Hey, do you combine shipping?" And it's like I have all of that stuff written out in my item description. Go back and read that. So I don't think many people pay attention to the item description. And I think that's it's like further evident by how tough the item description is to find when you're on the eBay app. They don't make it very easy to find.
Yeah, the app is really bad for that. It's not surprising nobody reads it, but I don't use AI either. I just have the most generic description, copy paste. Like I'm never gonna change it. I don't intend to.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, Pokemon Wonder.
Yes, thank you for the 5 memberships. So Garen, I think I'm running into the issue where eBay algorithm doesn't really know what to do with me. I make very few new listings. I just restock my current listings with fresh cards / slabs. So I'm assuming like selling out of one and then updating it with either new quantity or a different card. In that case, for if you're doing it like if you're restocking with new cards instead of creating a new listing, I would recommend creating a new listing. But if you're just updating it with an additional quantity of something else, one thing I would do is maybe look at your item specifics, see how many you have, maybe add a few additional item specifics. That's been something that's really helped me out is having Walrus put all the item specifics in. That's been going well. And then another thing that really helped me was I never used to have front and back pictures of my single cards because it was all a stock image. So what's the point in having a back picture? But I recently or semi-recently updated those listings to include front and back pictures because I heard that the eBay algorithm likes seeing 2+ pictures. So even if it's a stock item, have 2 or more pictures. So if you're using one picture, maybe just upload a back picture as well. If you have a logo, you could use that as a second picture as well. Just something where there's 2 or more pictures in there. And then another thing would be promoting your listings. If you don't have them promoted, throw like a 2 to 5 to 10% promotion, depending on what it is, what your price is, what the cost basis is, all that stuff. And then if none of that works, just end the listing and relist it. Get that kind of like fresh new listing going.
Yeah, I make very few new listings. I think what it always comes back to for me, you make them money, they're going to make you money. So if your sell-through rate is good, if your click-through rate is good, you can actually monitor those in your reports, your analytics, whatever. They're going to keep feeding you consumer eyes. If you pay the whole pay-to-play thing, they're going to feed you even more. But that's not like that won't fix completely broken listings. That won't fix completely unsellable listings. I mean, if you price something 20 times market and you promote it 50%, it's still probably not going to sell. So Yeah, it just comes down to listing good stuff that sells. And Pokemon, like, be thankful we're in Pokemon. The liquidity of this stuff, if you list an in-demand popular species single anywhere near low list, like, things move pretty quickly. Especially compared to non-Pokemon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, where are you? There we go. Ernie, on average, how many items do you sell through an hour on eBay Live, excluding pack rips? So I'm pretty consistent with that. I do 80 auctions a night. 65 of them are normal 20-second auctions with an anti-snipe rule. So that way, when people bid in the last 5 seconds, it adds another 5 seconds onto the auction. So 65 regular items and then 15 sudden death items. So 20 seconds. Once the timer hits 0, that's the end. And so I'll run through 80 items a night, and it consistently takes an hour, 45 minutes to 2 hours. Occasionally it'll go just over 2 hours, but it's very consistent at 2 hours.
I'm just going to take this one really quick. So if you go to Terapeak, you can get up to 3 years. Instead of 3 months, you get 3 years sales data. So go check out Terapeak. Here's another one.
Your average player, when listing auctions on eBay, what title mistakes hinder a buyer from finding the auction? Ooh, that's a good one. So title mistakes. The biggest one for me that I used for a little while and did not realize it was going to be such a big issue, and it really was instead of, so I used to put PSA Gem Mint 10 and then the number 10, or no, Gem Mint and then the number 10. Where if you do that, because people are searching PSA 10, my listing never popped up. So I switched it to PSA, the number 10, Gem Mint, and that's when listings started popping up. Another one for me was doing holographic instead of hollow. That was one that I don't know. Sometimes they would pop up, other times they wouldn't pop up. So that was another one for me. And then the other one that it's more so like new people who don't know how to use eBay. They'll just put a very like super short non-descriptive title. Like they'll write like base set Charizard. That'll be their title. I think it's important to include Pokemon in the title. And it just uses many characters as possible. So obviously, like if you want to include all the really important stuff, card name, card number, grading company, grade, condition, and then as you start to run out of that really important stuff, then kind of go through and do the word Pokemon and do other cards that are included if it's like a lot of cards. Try and use all 80 characters or as many as possible. That's the biggest thing. Don't use 10, 20 characters and call it good.
Yeah, I'm going to put Mr. Walrus's comment up. The first words are the most important too. I know some people put PSA 10 at the end. Some people like me put them at the start. I think that generally the slab manufacturer is like one of the most important things. Some people are only PSA 10 collectors, only PSA 9 collectors. Some of the first words that I start dropping are Gem Mint and Mint, because I think people just generally search PSA 10. I did a video before on search optimization for eBay. One nice thing you can do, you can log out of eBay or go into incognito mode and then search up for your listings and search different ways that people might search and see where you're coming up. See, put a 5% promotion on and see how far you jump up and it's actually pretty easy to just kind of audit how your search results are doing.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, Professor Birch, thoughts on breaking down collection boxes and ETBs to sell packs loose on eBay to save on shipping? Professor Birch, 100% agree with you on that one. I don't like selling specifically collection boxes. ETBs not as much, but collection boxes especially, where they're not all uniformly sized. There's different sizes for different collection boxes, and it makes it such a pain to ship those out. That I never sold sealed collection boxes on eBay. It was always break them down into the individual packs, sell the promos, and then put the pins, the coins into bins, and eventually do something with those. So that's how I do it. I've never been one to sell collection boxes. ETBs are a little bit easier because they're all uniformly sized. You have the Pokemon Center ETBs, and then you have the standard ETBs. They're all the same size, and they've been the same size forever. So those ones you can kind of save a little bit of money buying your boxes in bulk because you only have to buy that one size, and then sell them that way. But even for those, I've found, especially with the lives now, the lives are added a new, like another way to break those down and sell those. I found that I'm able to sell them more broken down into the individual packs, and then possibly grade the promos, and then you can sell the energies and the sleeve and the code cards and all that stuff separately. I found that I'm able to do a little bit better breaking them down and selling them individually. Obviously, it takes a lot more work because you're having to break all that stuff down. But I do think you're able to do a little bit better breaking them down and selling everything individually.
Yeah, I do. Without all the flash and without all the extra premium of like PokeRev packs, PokeChloe packs, I sell just random pack lots on eBay, and they sell well. I do a little bit of selling collection boxes only by the case, though. I sell ETBs pretty much only by the case also, just because I'd rather ship one thing instead of 10. And yeah, that's what I've always done. I've almost always broken down the collection boxes for loose packs, and then ETBs and booster boxes by the case.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the chat.
Aiden, PSA 10, first base Zard under 200K. Time to panic and sell everything and put it into MetaZoo.
Let me jump in on this one. So I sold not too long ago a PSA 10 base first Charizard for Gem Mint Pokemon, $217,500. It's not time to panic, but it's time to submit today to KetchumAllCollectibles for 5% consignments. And if you have a PSA 10 base first Charizard, it'll be closer to 1% than 5%. My rates, I only advertise 5% publicly because I don't want to be buried, but I go lower than that for sure.
And then that I think you're talking about the heritage sale that we saw a couple weeks ago. Because I know that one, it was just under 200K, or maybe just at 200K. But if you looked at that copy, that card, that 10 was absolutely atrocious. That was like a week 9 in today's standards.
I didn't look at it at all. And Zach's was clean.
Yeah.
I mean, ultra modern print quality is definitely higher generally. It wasn't going to be a black label. It wasn't going to be, but it was a clean 10. I mean, it was nice. Oh, I've not been unchecking some of the things.
Oh my goodness!
Brad wants some new emotes. I'll have to work on it.
Yeah, we haven't updated that in a long time. We gotta add some new ones here.
I've been slacking on my channel too. Definitely got to do that. Here we go.
John, do distributors upcharge you for shipping cost? It depends on the distributor and how much you're ordering. So like I work with one distributor who charges, they don't charge a credit card fee, but they do charge shipping, and where I have everything shipped to my house, they charge insurance as well. So they get really good rates through FedEx or UPS, whatever they use. I think they use FedEx. So it's not terribly expensive, but for example, like with Paldean Fates, I think I had 100 ETBs come from them, and then I had 5 cases of the sticker collection boxes come from them, and the shipping was, I think it was like $80 for the shipping, which doesn't sound bad considering how much stuff was there, but it does add a little bit onto the cost. And then I have another distributor who charges a 2% credit card fee, but then they only charge it's like a $5 or $10 handling fee plus home delivery fee. So with that distributor, I don't have to pay shipping, but I have to pay a credit card fee. So it kind of evens out, I guess. They're both about the same. The one where I just pay the credit card fee is a little bit cheaper, but not by much. So it just depends on what distributor you have to go with, but usually they're all around that same. They'll either charge shipping or they'll charge a credit card fee. It's not just that final sale price that you see on the website. There is like a small additional amount that goes into that.
Yeah, it's all arbitrary. It's like the only price that matters, and Gary used to say this years ago on E4, the all-in price to your door is all that matters. Whether it's a credit card fee, a shipping fee, a handling fee, it doesn't mean anything. Like if you're paying 92 plus shipping, does not work out to be cheaper than 94 free shipping. Like I don't know exactly how it would work out, but similar to Nick, I kind of have distributors on either side of it. So if the answer were yes, it doesn't mean anything. If the answer was no, it doesn't mean anything, because it's like, what's the cost? What's like you might be cheaper paying a shipping fee, right? If the per box fee is cheaper, so it really doesn't matter. Here's another one.
Refused. What the heck does PSA mean by colored packing tape?
Refugee.
Oh, refuge.
Refuge.
I swear I can read. What the heck? I have no idea. Oh, no.
I think they say they don't want you to use clear tape, because clear tape is like you can slice into it and then you can retape it and it's not very evident. I don't know if you've ever used it, but have you ever used registered mail with USPS?
That was the thing I was gonna say. I wonder if it's from back in the day when they used to use registered mail a lot.
Yeah, like I think the highest security of any shipping that I've ever seen, and I can't believe that like my business insurance doesn't require it, but USPS registered mail will insure up to 50 grand for like $100. You have to use water activated tape on all the seams, and then they stamp it with the dates, so that if anyone cuts in, it's very obvious. So I think PSA's motive is just to make it so that they can see if anyone cut it open on the way in or way out, for like insurance purposes.
Yeah, that would make sense. Pokemage, when does the PSA 10 Moonbreon hit 5K? Not for a while. Not for a while.
Hey, the pop's already double that, triple that, isn't it?
Oh wait, I thought we were talking about pricing.
I think he means pricing.
Okay, yeah. No, that's not it. I don't want to say never, but that's never. Okay, thanks for saying never.
Get off the fence, Nick. I can't yell. I would yell at you if I could. Get off the fence.
Never gonna happen.
There's one path to hyperinflation. If we go through like Zimbabwe and hyperinflation, I could see it hitting $1 billion because that's what hyperinflation does. Hopefully we don't see that. Walrus says consigned privately to Ken Golden. Man gets premiums. Yeah. I mean, he sold.
The $2 million Illustrator when one auctioned a week later for $460, $450, something like that.
If you've got a PSA 10, he should be able to get you a solid $750 if you got a PSA 10 base first Charizard.
And then he won't know if it's real or fake too, because he'll. Did you see that it was like a Twitter or Facebook post where someone posted that they found a first edition base Charizard, and it was super obviously fake. And then Ken Golden replied, "Send it to us. We'll grade it and sell it for you."
Yeah, that was funny. I actually fact checked this. So ZNG Emporium on eBay, he's not selling Pokemon cards. He's selling Pokemon. He's got 159 listings affected with POKMEON in the title.
Ooh, that hurts.
Come on, James. What's going on over there?
The other thing I wonder about is what if you put that little hyphen thing above the E? Because like I know on my phone, whenever I type Pokemon, it puts that little hyphen thing above the E. So what if you do that on eBay? Like if you're listing like through mobile, I feel like my phone would add that. Does that affect it at all, I wonder?
Like what I said earlier, going into an incognito mode and just trying to search for stuff.
Yeah.
Because I actually searched Pokemon on ZNG Emporium eBay. All those listings still come up.
Oh, okay.
So they're not being affected in the search results because one, Pokemon is in the item specifics. So
true, yeah.
it will, like, I think you get higher priority with it being in the title than in the item specifics. But sometimes the item specifics will save you if you have a typo or if you missed an important word or if you can't fit a certain word. So, but yeah, I searched his store for Pokemon and all those listings came up.
Yeah, the item specifics definitely help. Because I know Walrus, he kind of sucks at listing sometimes. And he won't put it, like it's only happened once or twice. I'm just giving him shit. But there's been once or twice where he puts PSA and then the card number. No grade after that. And for somehow the card will sell. Because he puts all the item specifics in. Or he'll forget like the card name or the number or something like that, and it'll still sell. How people find it, I have no idea.
I think we're caught up with questions actually. Let me see. Walrus going at me.
Damn, the same guy saying PSA around 300 was bad. That was why I remember us talking about that with Mason. That was during Mason's episode.
It was never 300 though. I don't think.
I
There's
think it was
no
like
way.
400 though, and
Was
we said
it?
it was too high. I think it was around 400.
I'm gonna have to fact check this. TCG fish.
Oh, not I don't know. Well, no, it must have been PSA 10s.
Probably raw. Maybe raw.
That's what I was wondering. But then would raw make sense? Because raw, I forget. But I remember we were talking with Mason about it. In that episode, and we all said it was way too expensive. It's going to come way down, and all three of us were completely wrong.
It happens. I see like November of 2021 it being like $600. I think that was its low.
Okay.
Here's one.
Oh, Shining Pikachu price in 1 week, over or under 15? What's it at right now? That's the question.
I don't even know the card.
It's the baby shiny Pikachu from Paldean Fates. Pikachu.
Maybe I've seen it.
Let's see what it's at now. Because I know the Japanese one was expensive. Paldean Fates. So right now it's a $68 card. Or no, you can buy one for $50. Okay, so $50 card right now. But
do we know the pull rates?
I do. I have no idea. I assume it's tough because there's like 1,000 baby shinies, so I assume they're all even. So yeah, I think it's gonna come way down. I'm gonna say around $20. $20 in a week.
I'm gonna go. Oh, a week is tough. In a month, I would more confidently say under. In a week, I'm probably gonna lean over. In a week, over. In a month, under. Is what I think. So he set a good price point because it's like really got me borderline.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually missed a couple of questions. I'll bring them back up.
SDC question: what is the most important advice to prep for vending a con? Oh, that's a good one. Now that we got Dallas Collecticon coming up in a couple of weeks, I am super excited about that one. But to answer the question, most important advice to prep for vending a con, I would say make sure that you have all of the payment apps ready to go, downloaded, ready to go. That way you can take as many payments as possible. So Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, all of those apps. I would recommend having them all. It's kind of a pain having your money go to different places, but it just makes things a little bit easier. And then going along with that, print out a piece of paper, go to Staples, Office Depot, wherever, get it laminated with a QR code. So that way people can just scan that with all of your, and it'll pop up with your payment details for Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever. And then also include like the email addresses in case the QR code doesn't work. That's what I saw. Who did I see doing that first? I think it was Josh, the Green Chiz, was the first one that I saw doing that, and that was a really good idea to have that. That way you don't have to. People aren't handing you their phones, and I don't know. Some people's phones are like the keys are like so small, and I cannot type on their phones with my gigantic thumbs. So that would be one thing in regards to payment. The other more important things is I think uniformity. Making your displays look good, so using all the same type of sleeves, whether that be like penny sleeves, graded card sleeves, all that stuff, using the same type of price stickers, whatever you want to do to price your cards, have everything priced, have it all look the same. and just have your area look nice and organized. That way, like you go to some of these cons, and there's some people that just have their stuff just scattered all over the place, and it looks like a mess. And I've never been one to pay much attention to those booths. I always just kind of walk on by. But the booths that have everything like laid out nicely, and everything's kind of like uniform, those are ones that I kind of tend to stop at and look at for a minute. So I would say that was big as well. And just going with more stuff than you're going to fit on your table. So for example, if you're getting one case, you can typically fit 60 cards in that case, 60 graded cards in that one case. So if you're going to an event, bring more than 60 cards, bring 80 cards, bring 100 cards. That way, as stuff sells, you don't have empty spots in your case. You can immediately replace it. That would be my kind of few bits of advice there.
Yeah, if you're stacking duplicates, or if you're overlapping even tighter, like say you have a lot of WotC where the art is only half of the card, you can get an idea for what the card is, only showing like a smaller portion of it, right? Obviously, if you've got a 5K card, a 10K card, you might want to have that with no overlap whatsoever, so it really stands out. But that 60 is probably only like 40 if you don't overlap at all, but it probably could be 100 if you overlap more. Mm-hmm. So, as a couple people in the chat were saying, Q, good stuff priced well. We actually had a similar question come from Nest TCG, so I'll tie that one in there too.
What?
It's the same question essentially. So it's, if you have a crappy old phone like me, like Nick covered really well, be ready to accept a lot of payment methods, have everything priced. It sounds obvious, but like so many tables will just like, they'll look up the price as someone asks them about it. A lot of people won't ask. So have everything priced, good stuff priced well. As far as other stuff, like I actually did upgrade my phone this year, so I have an S21 now instead of an S10e, but I'll still bring like a battery pack just in case. Maybe bring some snacks just in case. The food usually isn't great, or be prepared to have someone pick up some DoorDash. But yeah, like drinks, snacks, battery packs, maybe some earplugs if you're sensitive to loud concerts. Other than that, I think Nick covered it. This one.
Royalty for the eBay titles. Do you add the year of the card? Do you add the year of the card it came out to, or leave it out? I never add the year. I don't know why. I think people do that, like PWCC, Probstein, DC Sports Cards. I think they do that because the year is important when it comes to sports cards. But for Pokemon, nobody cares about the year. So I would not waste characters including a year.
The exceptions being like World's promo cards and some like anniversary, like Festa cards. The year is important, but other than that, I agree. Put it as an item specific if you want to, so it'll still be there. But I think the main reason a lot of like DC and Probstein use it is because they have automated listing software where they scan it, and I think it pulls the information from the PSA label, from their database, whatever. So theirs just includes it because it is more relevant in sports. PSA has it on the label, so their default program just automatically includes it.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, Sam? Sam's going to be in Dallas.
Sam, I'm excited. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That'll be exciting. I'm really looking forward to Dallas. That's going to be the first Collecticon, the first ever Collecticon that I actually go and don't vend. I'm planning on hopefully buying a whole bunch on so like I'll go, I'm coming Friday and I'm leaving Sunday. So Saturday I'm planning on going with like $1,000 budget and buying some stuff to go sell on eBay Live Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday I'm hoping is when I'll do the bulk of my actual buying. Because I feel like I'll be able to get some better deals on Sunday. So hopefully I'll be able to go buy a whole bunch of stuff for the eBay Lives, and then like I said, leaving Sunday, and I'll actually be going from Dallas to Chicago to go visit our boy Walrus, and we're actually going to be doing a big Pokemon Day eBay Live on Tuesday after CollectCon. So that whole week is going to be such a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna come real quick. It's like 4 weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. Here we go.
Quilly, what click-through, sell-through rate do you have as your target for buy it now listings? Nothing. Buy it now listings have always been listed, forget about it till it sells, till I get a good offer. Very rarely do I go through and update pricing. That is something that I need to get better about. But with the now that I'm doing the eBay Lives and stuff is selling a lot more consistently because you're forcing that sale. That is something that I do want to see. Is I really want to get better get better with everything sub $100. Moving through that type of inventory, anything $100 and above can still get listed, buy it now, and just kind of sit there until it sells. But for the bulk of my inventory, I do want to get better about churning through a whole bunch of stuff on a regular basis. But what that sell-through rate looks like, what it is, I don't know. As far as buy it now stuff, like I said, it just gets listed and sits there till it sells. I am not good about keeping up with that.
Yeah, I don't follow mine as closely as I probably should. I speak with eBay on occasion, and I think mine are pretty decent. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head, but yeah, Nick just loves that 100% sell-through rate on eBay Live, right?
Yes, exactly.
Let's see if there's more questions. Walrus suggested daily showers for conventions.
That is a good suggestion.
Basic says my mic sounds weird.
That's not just his mic. That's not just his mic.
Here we go.
Pokemartin, can you guys do a road to 20K challenge and start with 500 to 1,000? See who wins first. Ooh, that would be fun. That would be exciting. I don't know how we would do that. We'd have to come up with some rules there. That would be kind of cool though. That's something I want to do for. We'll see if it actually happens, but that is something I want to do for Collecticon. Not exactly like that, but kind of we'll see if it happens. But do a video. Go in with $1,000 budget, buy as much as I can for that, and then go live in the afternoon, sell it, and see how I do. Hopefully make a little bit of money. But we'll see. I think that would be cool though. That would be a fun one.
Yeah, I think there's a lot you could do with this. I think there's been a lot of content already made along these lines, but I always get crap at CollectorCon. Oh, not fair. Dan's selling too expensive of stuff. Dan's got pre-sales. Dan's got WotC boxes that are pre-sold, and I'll end up winning, and I'll just get crap for I did something wrong. There we go.
Refugee. We all know Gen 1ers rule the Poke economy, hence 151. But do you believe that Gen 2 and Gen 3 will also become their own chapters to new fans? They really feel like the silver and golden eras to me. That's a good question. I feel like if they did a Gen 2 reprint type thing, I think that would be really popular. But I don't think it'll ever be as popular as Gen 1. Because obviously back in 99, Gen 1 had the most amount of interest. So Gen 1 has the most amount of nostalgia right now. Whereas come Gen 2, there weren't nearly as many people in the hobby. So if they do a Gen 2 reprint, I think there'd be a lot of people that really like it, but I don't think it'll ever be what Gen 1 is. Gen 1 is going to be forever the best gen.
I did like Crystal though the best. So Gen 2 as far as the games go, at least for me. But Gen 1 is always going to be Gen 1. I think it's never going to like be the same. It's never going to be as big if they do a Gen 2 thing, but I really I'm a real big fan of it. Here we go. Pokestone.
Yes. Would you do you can sign on eBay Live? If not, would you if I send a batch of several hundred sub $100 cards? So that is something that right now I don't do, but I am slowly getting into it with a few people. But that is something that at some point in the next couple months, hopefully next month, maybe 2 months, that is something that I am going to be starting. So Pokestone, I will get in touch with you. It's his dedication to PokeFlipz.
I said it in chat earlier, but like, you got to cement a legacy somehow. Michael Jordan had the flu game, so I'm here on that grind, doing my thing. I can't be stopped. No, but honestly, schedule is just tough. Like with me working nights, having my daughter during the days, every other Friday, I have babysitting sorted out. But yeah, kind of just had to do it today. It had to be done. So I'm here.
Duncan, how long do you let a buy it now sit before you auction off? I've never really gone from buy it now to auction. It's always new stuff that I'm listing as buy it nows or auctions. So like if it gets listed as buy it now, it goes into my inventory and just sits there. And then if something comes in that I don't want to list buy it now, then it'll go to auction. So it's more so when new stuff is coming in that I say, okay, this is going to go to auction, this is going to go to buy it now, this is going to go to live. Once it's actually listed, it very rarely moves. Maybe occasionally the price moves down, but that's something that I need to get better about, because right now it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't have any set thing. At 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, I maybe send offers, maybe discount the price. I don't have any firm thing though. It's just by feel.
I was laughing at that when you started. It's basically the same thing, right?
I mean, this is game time for me. Come on, I'm live to 54 people. This is game time.
Oh God.
think we're caught up.
Nice.
I'm cool to go till 3 o'clock if people have more questions. No days off, Dan. Yeah, consistency. I mean, I make a video about consistency. I can't be skipping podcasts for losing my voice.
This is true. This is true. Ness, what type of stuff sells best at cons? Raw, graded, sealed, Japanese?
Yes.
God, this is a perfect answer for Dan's generic good.
The answer is yes. 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 All of those things priced well.
Yeah. Yep. You never know what kind of buyers you're gonna have at conventions. And obviously it depends on what type of convention you're going to. If it's like a small local convention, I would say lower end cards. But if it's like a big national convention like Collecticon, it could literally be anything. So the biggest thing is to bring a variety of stuff. Have some low end, have some high end, have some sealed, because you truly never know what you're gonna sell. There's general trends. Like for me, $50 to $200 cards do well. Low end cards and binders do well. Sealed is hit or miss depending on where I am, like location wise. So yeah, just kind of don't bring like super niche Pokemon that you're gonna have that like you have a tough time on eBay selling. Bring popular Pokemon, and just bring a good variety of stuff.
Yeah, you'll go to a convention and you'll have like pretty standard. You'll have, do you have any Pikachus? Do you have any Gengars? Evolutions? Do you have Charizards? Every convention, you'll get like random, do you have Miltank cards? You'll just get like 2 or 3 random inquiries you never could have expected. Do you have a PSA 8 Ho-Oh Fossil Unlimited card? Like just some random things. So, and depending on where you are in the convention, where you are in your section, you might have one thing priced at 10 and someone around the corner of you has it for 12. They might get the sale by pure luck, by pure chance. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it, it's like luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Price your stuff, bring good stuff priced well, and then you're more bound to get lucky than someone who didn't price everything, didn't bring as good of stuff. It's just like there's no, people want a shortcut. People want like, here's a formula, do A, B, C, sell 50 grand. It's not a thing, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. If you got Miltank cards, just don't come. If Pat Flynn is there, I think Pat Flynn likes Miltank.
That is true. You'll get featured on a Pat Flynn video and just go straight to the moon after that. Dan, you're over there playing favorites. You skipped BB's question.
Where's BB's question?
I don't like you, BB.
Re-ask it, BB.
I gave you a shout out in my video. Dan just hates you.
I don't see it anywhere.
I scrolled up and I didn't see anything either, though. Zard looking. Do you guys plan on having a guest on the next podcast? Yes. Next podcast will be the one that we have a guest on. We still got to figure that out. But we will have a guest on the next podcast.
I don't know if he's lurking or what. I'm glad we don't have a guest for this one because I would feel really bad if I couldn't talk. I don't feel bad not being able to talk with you. But Terry Lake is coming soon. I'm going to DM him. If he's available on February 9th, I'll reach out and maybe we'll do Terry Lake.
That'll be a fun one. It'll be rebrand to the PokeFlipz podcast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Here we go.
Tom, Do any of you want to be brave and predict a PSA price change coming soon? Ooh. I think you were talking about this at some point. I do think we could see $12 at some point this year. I think it'll start out as a special and then become the new normal. PSA is grading relatively quickly. They're about on par with CGC right now, which is kind of surprising. CGC is still a little bit quicker, but not PSA isn't that far behind. So I do think we will see a price drop. I'm gonna say around 12, starting out as a special and then dropping down to the normal pricing.
Yeah, I would go with. I think I did a prediction in my 2024 prediction video. I was spot on last year, though. I won the bet from James. He addressed it to Danny Boy. But I'll probably open that when I have a voice. I might do it in my live stream next week, my solo one. But yeah, I won my bet against James. No $10 grading by the end of 2023. I would bet that again, honestly. I would feel much less confident in the bet, but I think we don't see 10. I think we see 12 or 13 by April or May. But I think just going down a few dollars, I think that drastically increases the demand. And I wouldn't be shocked. I would have been shocked last year to see $10 PSA grading. This year I wouldn't be shocked, mildly surprised. I don't think we'll see it, but it'll be close.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say 12 or 13 within the next few months, and that'll be about it. Maybe 10 or 11 periodically as specials.
Yeah, I've lost faith in our $10 grading ever coming back. I can't see it at this point. Pokemartin, my TCG holiday special arrived January 5th, and I just got it back. A crash inbound. Hopefully not. Graded cards are still doing very well for me through the lives. People are still loving buying those. So hopefully it keeps up like that. Danazar, do you think the Morty's conviction that just released will get the Gengar tax? I don't know which card that is. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
If it has Gengar on it, then yes.
Let's see.
Pokemon Wonder, how do you price full table buyouts as inventory is always flowing in? How do you price full table buyouts as inventory is always flowing in? Always flowing. It's always flowing. So for me, I don't think I would ever want to do a full table buyout. I would rather be able to pick and choose, because I don't want to be grabbing your garbage cards. No matter what the price is, I want to be going to these conventions to be able to pick and choose like the good stuff that's going to do well for me through the lives. Like I have one person who loves Lickitung cards. And then obviously like Gengars, Magikarps, Gyarados, Charizards, all the popular Pokemon. So I want to go to these conventions and focus on that type of stuff. That's kind of the point of me going to these places. Whereas if I was just doing like a regular buyout or regular like big purchase, bulk purchase, I could do that from home fairly easily. So for me, I don't like the big table buyouts, but if you were going to do that, it would be just offering very, very low on the trash stuff, and then 70-80% on like the really good stuff. And
I think he's saying from like the seller side, like say you go to a convention with 25K retail, and say you'd be open to taking 80%. That That would be 20K, right? Well, I mean, one easy way, and I don't track very well, so this wouldn't work for me. But say you started with 25K retail and you've done 5K in sales, you approximately have 20K left, right? Like you can ballpark it. And
Yeah.
if people get worried about pennies and dollars on a multi-$1,000 sale, I don't know. Like it's pretty easy to ballpark it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's BB's question.
Oh, we got to make sure to answer this one this time. So BB, what kind of content do you think is missing from the PokeTube space? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We're missing a Mr. Walrus, PokeBB, and Grimer Collects YouTube channel. That's what we're missing. No, honestly, I think for me anyway, what other content would I like to listen to? I like listening to stuff. I don't like having to watch. Like occasionally, I like having to watch stuff. Like Pokemon Classics, I like his stuff, but his stuff I have to be watching. I can't be listening to it. So I like the stuff that I can just listen to and I don't have to watch, because then I could do listings, do packaging, all that stuff. So I like the longer form podcasts. I'm really glad that Josh and Retro got back into doing theirs more consistently, because I really like listening to theirs. Pokemon Wonder, really like listening to his. Even Northwoods TCG Andy, really glad he started back up with his what's he call his? The Choose Your Path series. Really glad that started back up again for this year. Because I really like listening to those types of videos. So more of that would be good. That's what I would say. And then shout out to Pikachu. We need you to get back with your, what were his called? I forget what his were called. But he promised a season 2 back a couple of years ago, and we have still yet to see it.
I'm going to say none is missing. There's too much already.
So why'd you want me back on YouTube so badly if there's too much already?
See, I want more, but nothing's missing. That's my take. Like, as people make more, if I enjoy it, I'm going to have to cut out others, right? Like, my watch later is constantly like 70 videos. Once a month, I'll purge it. And I don't watch everything I want to. So it's like I want more, but I don't need more. I can't physically watch more, but like make more. But as far as, is there anything missing? I don't think there's anything missing. Like, will someone in the future do something new and unique? Probably, but I'm not smart enough to know what that's going to be.
Yeah.
But then, honestly, for me though, like, I don't think there's anything missing. My favorite content is just the long form ramble, the podcast you mentioned. I'm easy to please.
One other thing that seems to be slacking already, Mr. Z and G Emporium over there. I don't know.
It's been like 8 days. 8 days.
We saw some consistent videos every couple of days, and now I don't know.
Yeah, make one on the title debacle of 2024. I saw somebody say that earlier in chat.
The title debacle of 2024.
Hopefully he'll get a big call out video. Hopefully he'll get embroiled in some YouTube drama, get pushed to 20K.
There we go.
Are we watching Dan die on screen? Josh wants to know, how's the weight loss tracking 1 month in? He just went to the gym twice this week. So I've done no gym. I've done no, like, I've probably only had 2 sodas the whole year. I haven't had any beers yet. I will have several beers, many
Yeah.
beers. I would probably have had some Sunday with football, aside from me being sick, so I'm not going to have any. But I will tell you one thing, not health advice, not like diet advice. Being sick, you lose a lot of weight. I don't have much of an appetite. I started the year at 250, 254-ish. I'm at like 240 already. I said my goal
Nice.
was 225 by the end of the year, 240 by April 1st. I'm not like a real 240. I mean, plus or minus a couple percent with like hydration and where you're at, right? So I'm probably like 240 to 245, depending on my hydration level. But I'm confident I'm going to get to 225 by the end of the year. I'm going to get to 240 by April 1st. It's mostly just like eating less. I have a bad habit of like, I really love food. And when I have good food in front of me, I will just eat a lot of it, too much of it. So I'm just, instead of eating 20 chicken wings, maybe eat like 12 or 15. Instead of having 12 IPAs, maybe have like 8. Instead of having 4 cheeseburgers, 4 tacos, have like 2 or something. And then, yeah, a little bit more like smoothies, a little bit more like when I have a steak, try to cut the steak portion down a little bit and try to have a couple extra broccoli or whatever. But caloric deficit is all it's about. It's all it's about.
You eating vegetables? I can't picture it.
This is what happens. I've been eating extra broccoli and my body is rejecting it. That's what's happening.
uh, um, Silverhawk, I have 20k bulk cards and need to liquidate. Do you have any specific recommendations on how to optimize my return? Specifically, people or companies you believe pay the most / are most reasonable. Bulk is tough. Bulk is tough to get rid of. Unless you want, there's plenty of bulk buyers on Facebook, Instagram, who advertise in the Pokemon group saying, "Hey, we buy bulk at $12 per thousand, whatever." So I would say that's your best recommendation is just to find someone like that, post on one of the groups, say you have bulk you're looking to sell. That would be your best recommendation. Or if you have someone local to you, that would be the best route to go, because then you don't have to worry about shipping. But if you have more time to put into it, I would say go with the creating like 1,000 card lots and selling them that way. Because you're gonna get a little bit over what the typical buy price is for bulk right now. And they sell fairly quickly too.
I'm just catching up on chat. It's funny. So yeah, Silverhawk, like how optimized do you want to get on this? How much time do you have? Because 20k bulk cards, what's the bulk buy right now? Like 1 cent a piece, maybe not even, minus shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if someone locally will give you half a cent a card each, you'll probably be further ahead, bulking it out literally for $100. Like you might not like that answer, but that's probably what it's worth. Like 1 cent a piece, that's 3 larger flat rate boxes full, plus a little bit of time, whatever. Like I guess maybe try to get like 150 locally versus getting $200 and then you have to ship it. But what you can do is sift it first. Go through, are there 50-cent cards in there, dollar cards in there? How do companies optimize this? Fizz batches, Rokas, things of that sort. They pump them through there and they say any card more than 25 cents, set it aside. And Nick has a robot. I have a robot now. Mason's made videos about them. But how limited is your time? Like getting the most money isn't optimizing your return. Optimizing your return is a balance of money and time. And to some people, time is more valuable than others, right? If you enjoy sifting through, selling on TCG Player, like you could probably get, instead of 150, you could probably get 1,000 out of that, right? Or a couple thousand, who knows? Like depending on what's in there. But hundreds of hours, maybe. Hundreds of hours.
Yeah. Are y'all familiar with or have any insight on tech that's being developed / about to roll out that will supplement TCG business for the better regard, punch above your weight class? So the only thing that I can think of is like what's already out there, the Rokas, the card sorting machines, that stuff is huge. I know there's different companies that are doing like you can scan cards and they'll automatically pull all the information and get it listed on eBay. I don't think that technology is there yet. I think we still have a ways to go before that happens. But that's really the only other things that I can think of. I know you do have that one where you can, I forget what it's called. You can enter the cert number of PSA graded cards, and it'll do like a whole eBay listing for you with the title, the specifics, all that stuff. Again, I don't think they're there yet. I don't think they're there yet. So I think those will come eventually, but I don't think we're there yet. So the biggest thing is the robots that sort cards. I think that's the biggest thing.
I know PWCC has a robot, and I would be surprised if Probstein. I would be surprised if DC Sports didn't have one too. But PWCC has like a hopper of graded cards, and it takes like one graded card at a time, and it scans them. So they have a robot that actually does like the scans for their listings, as far as I know.
Yep.
ZNG Emporium should be looking into that. I mean, 1,000, 2,000 listings a week. He's getting up there. But yeah, taking the barcode that's right on there. There are a lot of programs that take the cert number and they generate the entire listing from that. A lot of different people doing it independently underway. But the Rokas, the fizz batches, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm actually a big fan of mushrooms. Are mushrooms actually a vegetable? They're a fungus, right?
Oh, those are psychedelics, Dan.
Like peppers, onions, mushrooms with my steak. Good stuff. Asparagus, if you wrap it in bacon, good stuff. Broccoli is the one that like I eat it because I know it's good for me, but I don't like it.
You got to pour cheese over it.
Corn, I feel like is a cheating one. Lettuce is a cheating one because I just coat it in dressing and all kinds of bad stuff for me. But I'm not a big fan of vegetables. Not a big fan.
What about Brussels sprouts? I love Brussels sprouts. Roasted Brussels sprouts, so good.
I've had them done well. I've had them done well at a restaurant before, but they were paired with bacon, which made them better. But I guess when you look at it this way, like even if I'm eating lettuce topped with meats and cheese and dressing, it's better than just meat and cheese and dressing topped with more meat and cheese and dressing, right? Like even if I'm eating my Brussels sprouts with bacon or my asparagus with bacon, it's better than just bacon with bacon, right? So, yeah.
Oh God. Class ad. I bought out the last of Dan's MetaZoo promo. Wind Moon.
I have some fun ideas. I have some fun ideas in the future with them. Probably won't hear anything in the next month or two, but there's stuff on the horizon for sure. It'll be. I'm having fun with them. We'll see what happens though.
Youngster, first edition base Blastoise for 3,500. Buy or buy? I'm assuming PSA 9 you're talking about. Honestly, I think that's a buy. Charizard, we're starting to see an uptick on. We're starting to see Charizards go for like 20, right around 20. Whereas before they were like 18. So Charizard we're starting to see an uptick on. A lot of the first base stuff we're starting to see an uptick on. So I don't know. If I had one, I wouldn't be saying bye to it. Would I necessarily buy one? I don't know. But if I had one, I wouldn't be selling it right now. I can say that.
See, if I had one, low list is 4,300, so I would buy for 35 and list for like 4,250. What?
Impressions.
Probably gonna give it 10 more minutes. I'm dying here.
We can tell. We can tell.
Yeah, corn is a grain. I didn't think corn counted.
Like vegetables if they're wrapped in bacon.
See, I'm bad with all you can eat places. I want to get the best bang for my buck. The salad bar is a diversion. The salad bar is your enemy when you are like you pay $80, whatever it is, every pound you eat, especially every pound of like expensive stuff you eat is just getting you better value, right? Like, are you gonna go eat a pound of white rice from the salad bar with a little side Caesar salad that you could do at home for $1.50? Or are you gonna try to eat like 3 pounds of like picanha and bacon wrapped filet? Like, see, bacon wrapped asparagus. I mean, I could be having bacon wrapped steak, right? I do have bacon wrapped steak on occasion. So bacon wrapped asparagus is at least a step up from that.
Oh God. What if they have? What if they have? Because like some of the Brazilian grills do like sushi with the salad bar. I feel like sushi is a good value at the salad bar. I usually go for that.
There are some things. So some of the charcuterie type meats, some of those are fairly expensive. So if you go, maybe I always do a light salad. I need to have a little bit. Like, I can't eat straight meat for an hour. I always get a little bit of greenery, but not much. Oh wow, Sam's never heard of a Roca sorter. There's also Fizzbatch. There's also Magic Sorter. Magic Sorter is actually from your side of the pond, Sam.
Yeah, you would probably you should look into Magic Sorter, Sam. That would probably be the best option for you right now. The Roca is a lot better. But if you're just looking to get started, Magic Sorter is a lot cheaper, and they're in Italy, I believe.
Does StreamYard like hide some comments from me?
I don't know if it does. I don't know why.
I could swear I'm not missing anything, but apparently I think Greeny said he'd do 10 gifted subs if we do a Dugong impression. I don't see it on my thing.
I see it on StreamYard.
Huh.
Right there.
I see it there, but he's saying that he asked it earlier.
Oh, I don't think I saw it before.
He said we skipped the original comment. I didn't see it. And I didn't see Brandon's first question before.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either.
I've actually bought, like, I buy from Costco the whole pork bellies. I smoke it. Like, I've not tried curing it and making my own bacon, but I've smoked it. Smoked pork belly, delicious. Smoked pork belly burnt ends, delicious. but I've actually seen like recipes where people use like the curing salts and then they smoke it. They make their own bacon. I've not done that yet, but I will at some point. I can't do a dugong impression. I have no voice. Nick, it's all you.
I think I'm good with that. Dance here at seeing the meat sweat.
No, I'm on live chat for sure. We're fully caught up. I think we're gonna call it there.
Yeah.
Anything else in closing or no?
No. I think we covered everything, I think. Yeah, appreciate you guys hanging on out with us today. Thank you for joining. We'll be live again in 2 weeks with a special guest joining us.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Terry. Terry will be priority 1 if he's available, and if not, we constantly have a list. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for bearing with me through my lack of a voice. Hopefully, I'll have it back to do my video Monday. Hopefully, I'll have it back to do a live stream. This is standard Dan Collecticon Sunday voice though, and it's terrible. But yeah, I might actually. Brad says go hibernate. I might actually go to urgent care because I don't get sick ever, and I've been like this since like Monday. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, hopefully they'll give me something to sort me out because bad virus in the robot system going on right now. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching. We will catch you all later.
See you later.